Hello.
Hello.
Before I ask the first questions, I would like from you to tell us your name, your education background, some words about yourself. And then...
Okay. So my name is Asaf Bartov. I come from the Wikimedia Foundation in San Francisco. That is the nonprofit that operates Wikipedia. Before I go into my personal background, I just like to stress that Wikimedia Foundation operates Wikipedia. That is, pays for the servers, supports the projects financially, but it doesn't write Wikipedia. Wikipedia is written by volunteers. So I used to be a software engineer, and my academic studies were actually in the field of classics, Greek and Latin, ancient Greek. So unfortunately, I'm not capable of doing this interview in modern Greek.
What is Wikimedia real purpose?
So our mission is to create and share free knowledge. And we do this because we want to see a world in which every human being can have access to all of human knowledge for free. And the knowledge has to be free, not just of charge, so that you don't have to pay for it, but also free to reuse. So you can do with the knowledge and the pictures and everything you get from Wikipedia, you can do whatever you want. You can use it in your own work. You can translate it. You can create your own version, a derived work, etc. All these freedoms are guaranteed to you by our free license. The terms under which this knowledge is given to you guarantee your freedom.
On Monday, the 15th of April, what the audience will listen at Μέγαρο Athens Concert Hall? What you are going to speak of? About volunteers, about working with Wikipedia to enrich the data inside it?
Yeah, so there are going to be a number of speakers, and I will give a little talk about the main challenges, actually, that face Wikipedia today and what we're going to do about them. So kind of a talk about the future of Wikipedia. But there will be other speakers. I will speak in English. Other speakers will speak in Greek. And I think it's a good opportunity to come and learn more about Wikipedia from both the local perspective and my background with the international movement.
You have already started a small tour in Greek schools. Mm-hmm. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, so one of the exciting things we see happening in recent years is a deepening and expansion of the relationship between Wikipedia and the education system. And originally, this was a difficult relationship because the education system is generally conservative. It goes with the tried and true, the trusted sources. And Wikipedia was this strange animal, right? It was this new thing, an encyclopedia anyone can edit. That's crazy, right? And it is a crazy idea. The amazing thing is that it works, and you know, it's almost a miracle, right? It works, and it's hard to explain how it works because there are so many things that could go wrong, and they do go wrong. But somehow the system is strong enough to make up for vandalism, for wars and arguments about politics. Just think about how much people argue about politics every day. They argue about politics on Wikipedia as well. And yet somehow we need to find a way to represent things on Wikipedia in a neutral way. So I was saying it works. The education system is instinctively suspicious of Wikipedia. It's not a traditional encyclopedia. It doesn't come in large books. But we have seen in recent years a gradual change, siga, in the attitude towards Wikipedia. From it used to be that in universities you were told, do not touch Wikipedia, don't go there, don't quote from it, you cannot use Wikipedia. Of course, everyone was using Wikipedia anyway because it was there. And because that's the first hit you get from a search engine. When you look for something, the first hit is Wikipedia. So it's just there and people use it anyway. So gradually, professors and lecturers started realizing that you can't fight it. People are going to use Wikipedia because it's convenient and it's there and it's free. What you can do is make sure that, first of all, they use it wisely and critically. They are critical of what they read. They don't just blindly quote from Wikipedia. And also that Wikipedia itself is as good as it can be. And they, as professors, can really help. And I should note that we, Wikipedians, we will be the first to tell you that Wikipedia is not the final word on anything. Actually, Wikipedia is the first stop on your way to knowledge. So Wikipedia is a good start, that's all. It's just a good start. You read the article, and you will notice if you look at a Wikipedia article, at the bottom of the article, we actually send you to your next stations. We tell you further reading, right? Or here are the sources that we have based this article on. If you're interested or if you need more information, go to these sources. So Wikipedia itself is very much aware that it is not the ultimate source of all knowledge. It's a good first stop. So getting back to the education system, gradually professors have started finding ways of incorporating Wikipedia into their teaching. For example, in other countries and also in Greece, and I would like my colleagues, my volunteer colleagues here to speak about that in a minute. But in the rest of the world, professors have been assigning a Wikipedia, the writing of a Wikipedia article as an academic assignment. So that instead of writing a paper and submitting it to your professor and getting it graded and getting it returned, and then nobody will ever read it again, which is the way academic papers usually work, instead of that, you get a topic and a bibliography, like regular papers, and you compose an article on Wikipedia according to the norms of Wikipedia. And then you get a grade on that. The professor reads the article and gives you your grade, so you have done your academic duty, but you've also created a public good, because that article remains on Wikipedia and thousands of people can read it. And people can translate it into English, and then people will translate from the English to other languages. So your work will one day be found in Russian or Swahili, and which it would never have happened otherwise. So that's very appealing, and also a way to make some of the academic work that students traditionally have to just do all over and over again. Every student writes the same paper over and over again. Instead, we write these different articles so that semester after semester, the same course can produce 20 or 30 or 100, depending on the number of students, sets of different articles. So in this semester we wrote about this person, next semester we'll write about this other person. Gradually Wikipedia expands. Maybe we want to discuss what's happening in Greece in that respect. Can any of you give an overview?
Σε ό,τι αφορά τους καθηγητές, είναι πολύ δύσκολο ένας καθηγητής να μπει μέσα στη Wikipedia και να αφήσει κάτι να μείνει στον κόσμο. Δεν είναι πια δικό του και θα έρθει οποιοσδήποτε να το αμφισβητήσει. Άρα χτυπιέται λίγο το εγώ της αυθεντίας. Είναι δύσκολο λοιπόν για έναν καθηγητή να μπει ο ίδιος να συμμετέχει τουλάχιστον επώνυμα. Πιο πρέπον, πιο κοντινό στην πραγματικότητα είναι να ασχοληθούν οι φοιτητές υπό την εποπτεία του καθηγητή. Εκεί λοιπόν απλά ο καθηγητής μπορεί να αξιολογήσει τον καθένα για τη δουλειά του, για το κατά πόσο κατανοεί αυτά που γράφει, τι αλλαγές έχει κάνει και να δει αν πραγματικά έχει κάποιον ο οποίος ξέρει τη δουλειά του και τελικά να αφαιθεί αυτή η αξία και στον κόσμο και να μην μείνει όντως σε ένα χαρτί που θα πεταχτεί μετά.
Μια ερώτηση και για τους δύο σας. One question for both of you. How do you check την ορθότητα του περιεχομένου?
Reliability, accuracy?
The accuracy of the content.
Mm-hmm.
Of the content.
Okay, so I'll give a general answer and then you guys can follow up. Okay. So a lot of people are wondering, how can you trust an encyclopedia that anyone can edit? And one way to answer that is, how can you trust an encyclopedia no one can edit? Traditional encyclopedias are just there, right? There's a book and experts wrote it and whatever's in there cannot be edited. That sounds okay until you realize that all encyclopedias are full of mistakes. All of them. It's just impossible not to have mistakes in such a huge body of knowledge. So all encyclopedias have mistakes, and they correct them when they print a new edition. Printing a new edition of an encyclopedia is a huge, expensive affair, and so people don't do it very often. So if you buy a traditional encyclopedia, you will get it with a lot of errors that maybe, if you're lucky, will get fixed 10 years later and will cost you more money. On Wikipedia, on the other hand, there are also many, many mistakes, but they get fixed when people notice them. So, can you trust everything on Wikipedia? Absolutely not. and I urge you not to. This is a Wikipedian telling you that. Don't believe everything you read on Wikipedia or anywhere else. Be a critical reader. Be a critical reader. Look at the things that Wikipedia tells you and read them as you should read any information source. Does this sound accurate? Does this sound balanced compared to what I know? Does it have sources? Does it have references? Does it say what it is based on? It should. If it doesn't mean it's not true, but you don't know, right? Because you don't have sources to compare it to. So Wikipedians tend to be the kind of people who like to correct things. They like to fix things. So when they see something is not correct, or written in bad grammar, or just could be explained in a way that's clearer, they fix it. They use the edit button. They click that and they make a change. And because it is a wiki, which in Hawaiian means quick, the word wiki means quick in Hawaiian, in the language of Hawaii. And the reason that name was chosen for this technology is that when you see something you want to change, it's really quick. You don't have to sort of download files and upload to some server, and you just click that button, make the change, click save. That's it. It's correct. And that feeling, by the way, I would recommend to all listeners to try this. Just click that button and improve something, correct something, add something. The feeling is very special because you click save and there it is, what you created, what you wrote. So Wikipedians like to correct things. And here's another tip. Every page on Wikipedia has a talk page associated with it. What is the Greek word again for?
Συζήτηση.
Yes. So you should look for that link at the top. It's like a tab at the top of every page. And you can click that and leave feedback on every page. So if you, for example, read a Wikipedia article and it looks a little suspicious, or you're not sure about some claim or some assertion that's made there, and you want to say, well, what is the source for this? Or that doesn't sound true. Is that, you can use the talk page. And first of all, you will see the previous conversations that Wikipedians have had about this specific page, and maybe your question was already addressed. But also, you can just leave your own feedback as a reader. Just click edit and type a question or a comment, and other Wikipedians will notice this and maybe improve the article based on your feedback. So even if you can't fix it yourself because you don't have the references, you can just draw attention to the fact that there's some kind of problem, and other Wikipedians will fix it. So to summarize my response, Wikipedia is not 100% reliable. No encyclopedia is. You have to take it critically. Some articles are better than others. Obviously, articles about very central, common topics are generally better than articles about obscure people or places, just because more people have seen them, so there was more of a chance to fix mistakes and to improve. But like I said, it's a good first stop. So maybe you want to add something to that.
Η Wikipedia είναι ουσιαστικά μια περιπέτεια γνώσης. Ουσιαστικά μπαίνεις μέσα σε ένα άρθρο, διαβάζεις κάτι το οποίο είναι διαφορετικό από αυτό που έχεις μάθει, για παράδειγμα, σχολείο ή έχεις διαβάσει μια πηγή, και ξαφνικά βλέπεις κάτι το οποίο θεωρείς δεν είναι σωστό. Μπαίνεις μέσα, προσπαθείς να το αλλάξεις, κάποιος άλλος μπορεί να πάει να στο γυρίσει το άρθρο στην προηγούμενη μορφή, και τελικά συνειδητοποιείς ότι υπάρχουν πάρα πολλές πηγές για αυτό το θέμα. Δηλαδή, μπορεί ένα θέμα ή μια πηγή να το αναφέρει με έναν τρόπο, μια δεύτερη πηγή με ένα διαφορετικό τρόπο, και να υπάρχει στο τέλος μια τρίτη πηγή που να το λέει λίγο διαφορετικά, κάτι ενδιάμεσο. Και τελικά συνειδητοποιείς ότι οι πηγές πολλές φορές δεν λένε την πληροφορία ακριβώς με τον ίδιο τρόπο, και σε πολλά θέματα υπάρχει διαφορετική άποψη για το ίδιο θέμα. Και αυτό είναι ουσιαστικά μια περιπέτεια γνώσης, γιατί συναστρέφεσαι με άλλους Wikipedistές που είναι online. Πολλές φορές αυτό μπορεί να δημιουργήσει κάποιες συγκρούσεις, γιατί μπορεί κάποιος να θεωρεί το βιβλίο του σχολείου είναι το πιο αξιόπιστο, κάποιος άλλος να φέρει ένα ξενόγλωσσο βιβλίο. Να υπάρχουν κάποιες δύσκολες συζητήσεις, αλλά αυτό είναι ουσιαστικά μια περιπέτεια γνώσης, και αυτό είναι το πιο σημαντικό από όλα, πιστεύω.
Νομίζω ότι ένα τέτοιο παράδειγμα μου έδωσε ο Μάνος,
ναι,
πριν με τον Jesus Christ. Christians look different than Muslims, right? Ένα article for Jesus.
Όχι, απλά όταν θέλουμε να πούμε κάτι για τον Ιησού, ας πούμε, δεν μπορούμε να το αναφέρουμε μέσα σε μια εγκυκλοπαίδεια ως μια αλήθεια καθολική. Δηλαδή, δεν μπορούμε να πούμε ότι ο Χριστός είναι το πρόσωπο που αναστήθηκε κλπ. Αλλά πρέπει να πούμε ότι ο Χριστός είναι το πρόσωπο που σύμφωνα με τον χριστιανισμό αναστήθηκε. Έτσι, είναι η ουδέτερη ματιά.
Κρατάμε την αντικειμενικότητα.
Ή σύμφωνα με τη θρησκευτική παράδοση, γράφουμε, είμαστε πιο ουδέτεροι λίγο, ότι η θρησκευτική παράδοση του χριστιανισμού θεωρεί ότι έγινε αυτό το θαύμα.
Οπότε κρατάμε την αντικειμενικότητα.
If I understand correctly what you've been talking about, the question of neutrality or a neutral position is one of the big challenges for Wikipedians. How to represent something that you happen to have personal opinions about in a neutral way, in what we call an encyclopedic tone, right? The encyclopedic tone is not the tone you speak to your friends or your teacher or whatever. It's a specific kind of writing, and to speak about something in an encyclopedic tone means you leave out your personal perspective. So, for example, maybe you have a very strong opinion about what is the best Beatles album, right? That's your opinion. Wikipedia doesn't have an opinion about what is the best Beatles album. Wikipedia will give you information about all their albums, you know, and will not offer a judgment on what is the best. That's a matter of opinion. And Wikipedia is about facts. Now, that's easy to understand with the example of the Beatles album. It's a little harder to understand when you're talking about things that people feel even more strongly about, like personal religious belief or political opinions, especially when you're talking about a very homogeneous society, right? Greece is officially a Christian country, or like demographically, I'm sorry, the statistics say that it's 90-something% Christian, and it's easy to misrepresent that on Wikipedia, or to understand that, oh yes, the Greek Wikipedia is a Christian Wikipedia. But of course, Wikipedia has no religious belief. It's just an encyclopedia. It's just a collection of facts. And it is a fact that Greece has a lot of Christians, more than other religions, but Wikipedia, including the Greek Wikipedia, doesn't take a position in religious matters. It just describes the religions. It should describe Christianity, all kinds of Christianity. It should describe Islam. It should describe Buddhism. And likewise, it should describe countries and political parties and current events in a neutral, fact-based way. And the challenge is, sometimes it's very difficult because the facts themselves are disputed. It's not easy to even say what are the facts. You know, even if you leave your own opinions out, the facts themselves are controversial. In that case, what we Wikipedians generally do is take a step back and represent the argument. So instead of giving you one side or another, we will give you, the reader, the facts about the argument. We will tell you, I don't know, in the Arab-Israeli conflict, which is a huge and complicated thing, you know, and even the facts are very disputed, this side says one thing, and that side says another thing, and these are facts, right? It's a fact that this side says this, and these are the facts that we give you, and we don't make a judgment. We don't say, and this side is correct, and that side is not correct. That is a challenge. That doesn't come easily. And none of us was born with the encyclopedic tone. It's a skill, and you pick it up. And the way you pick it up is you write something in a non-encyclopedic tone, and other people tell you, you know, oh, that's just your opinion. That's not actually a fact. Or they tell you, you shouldn't say, I don't know, Germany is the best country to visit as a tourist. You know, these are just very subjective opinions, right? So the way you learn the skill is through trial and error. You do something, people call your attention to it, you learn from it, and then you develop that encyclopedic tone.
How do you survive? I mean, there is no ads policy, only donations, and how that is going on.
Yeah, that's actually something we are very proud of. The fact that Wikipedia is entirely funded by donations. There is no other source of revenue. We don't sell anything. We don't put ads on our site. I should say, by the way, that if you see Wikipedian content with ads, you're not on Wikipedia. You are on some other site that has copied material from Wikipedia, which, by the way, it is allowed to do, because remember, the content is free. But Wikipedia itself, I guarantee you, will never have ads. So you can be sure that if you are seeing ads, you're not on Wikipedia, you're on some other site. So Wikipedia doesn't have ads, and it is entirely supported by donations, and we are very proud of the fact that at least 70% of those donations are by individuals, people like you and me who give whatever they can afford, sometimes $5, $10, $20. And that, to us, means that the public recognizes the public good that Wikipedia does. When you give $10 to some internet site that you're not exactly sure, how it works and what do they do with the money, that means you believe they're doing a good job and the Wikipedia is bringing you value. So we're really proud that a lot of people all over the world, including we got donations from Antarctica. Yes, from some of the scientists there, not the penguins. It's that means something to us. It means that people all over the world appreciate Wikipedia and what it does for them. We also did receive a few larger donations from foundations, from philanthropy, but those make up a minority of our actual income.
With the global economic crisis, if you can say it, economic crisis, what problems have come up? Fewer donations, maybe?
Yeah.
Smaller.
It's interesting that there has not actually been a decrease in donations to Wikipedia. And a lot of other nonprofits have seen a very significant decrease in donations. We at Wikipedia, again, are very fortunate to have such a beloved site. Everybody loves Wikipedia and wants it to succeed and see the obvious value that it has. And so it's very surprising and heartwarming that people are still giving to Wikipedia actually more every year.
When did you start being part of the Wikipedia project? How everything started? In a few words.
I started in 2001. Wikipedia was started in January 2001, and I started in late 2001. And only the English Wikipedia existed at the time, and I contributed a few things to English Wikipedia. And very quickly, other people wanted to have this in their own language, and so they started a French Wikipedia and a German Wikipedia and a Greek Wikipedia. And I was skeptical at first, I have to say, because like I said, the idea is crazy, right? Encyclopedia, anyone could edit. I thought it would be vandalized. I thought people would upload pornography. And I was right, of course. People do upload pornography and people do vandalize Wikipedia. However, what I didn't realize was that there are actually effective ways to control it and to monitor it and to revert it. And it's pretty amazing, actually, that people at any hour of the day or night, people are watching and someone will correct or change or restore pages that are vandalized.
Can you give us an example of how you monitor?
How we what?
You monitor these changes.
Everybody do that.
Yeah. So it's not centrally managed, right? So we at the foundation in San Francisco have nothing to do with not only the writing of the Greek Wikipedia, but even the management of who oversees what. It's a community of volunteers, and they make up their own policies and their own ideas about who does what, and it's basically a volunteer culture. So if you want to monitor articles, if you want to pay attention and look at what other people are doing to make sure that it's not vandalism, you do. If you don't want to do that and just want to write your own stuff and you don't care about what other people do, that's also okay. That's why I'm saying it's kind of magical. Somehow there is enough attention paid to revert and reverse most of the vandalism on Wikipedia. And there are also some technical tools to help with that. I'm not sure how many tools are used on the Greek Wikipedia, but on English Wikipedia, there are a lot of automated tools, computer programs that basically check edits and look for problematic edits. So a lot of people are just very immature and just want to add an obscene word, for example, to an article. And so that's something that's very easy to notice by software. You just check for a certain list of keywords, and you say, well, if someone added that word to an article, it's very likely that it's not actually legitimately used, but that it's vandalism, and they can mark that or even automatically remove that.
Oh, blacklisted.
Yes, basically. Do you want to add something about monitoring on the Greek Wikipedia?
Πολλές φορές μέσα στη Wikipedia, ειδικά τώρα το τελευταίο καιρό που έχει η κρίση, παρατηρείται κάποιοι βανδαλισμοί σε ελλείμματα πολιτικών χώρων, πολιτικών προσώπων, που κάποιοι θέλουν να αφαιρέσουν κάποια στοιχεία που γράφει μέσα, παρόλο που έχουν πηγές. Πολλές φορές μπορεί και ο ίδιος πολιτικός να μπαίνει μέσα στη Wikipedia, να μην του αρέσει μια αναφορά, μπορεί και η δικιά σας του ραδιοφωνικού σταθμού που γράφει κάτι αρνητικό για αυτόν, και δημιουργείται μια ένταση και υπάρχουν πολλές φορές αναστροφές περιεχομένου. Έχουμε τύχει να δούμε και απειλές μέσα και τέτοια πράγματα.
Προσπάθεια προπαγάνδας.
Sports is a good example, right? There's probably vandalism of rival teams, right? That happens on Greek Wikipedia.
About sports, I don't know.
When a team loses or something, then the other team would vandalize their article. That happens a lot.
We said generally that in the politicians after the crisis, we have seen a lot of vandalism in many politicians. Also the biographies, also the parties.
Right.
And some people don't like what is written inside.
Right, yeah. So some people use Wikipedia as a wall to do graffiti on, to express their opinion about certain politicians.
But in sports, we don't have this.
Really? That's
yes,
interesting.
We do have it in politics.
So on some other language Wikipedias, I can say from my experience that sometimes, after one team lost in a football match, for example, people who are for or against that team will again, use it as a graffiti place and say something nasty about the team. But that's the kind of thing that's very easy to detect, very easy to remove.
Since you study classical Greek, you know that I can see here in Greece that the people are very passionable with the history. So we have a lot of history course in Greek Wikipedia. Yeah. Different subjects. You can imagine some more subjects.
Yeah.
A different question. How do you think Wikipedia will evolve as technology evolves?
So Wikipedia the wiki itself, the software, is a very powerful software, obviously. It has created this corpus of 18 million articles in all the languages together. So the technology is very successful in what it does, right? It has obviously created these huge bodies of knowledge out of nothing. There was nothing in 2001, and now we have 18 million articles of free knowledge. On the other hand, it is software that has not really aged very well. And for the Facebook generation, for the people who are used to social networks and to super reactive websites where everything changes, dynamically, and everything is, designed for tablets. And the rate of change of web technologies these days is very, very quick. And Wikipedia has not kept up. It has sort of remained almost in the 90s in terms of its user interface, right? So the content is very good. The software, the way you have to interact with Wikipedia using the markup, if you've ever tried editing, you need to know all kinds of strange little characters to put something into Wikipedia. That is not very modern. And so to answer your question, we are thinking about technological change. We're working on technological changes like a visual editor. Okay, that means you will be able to click the edit button, and instead of being taken away to a markup view, that is a view with all the weird characters, everything will remain exactly the same. You will see the same page you were looking at, and you will be able to just type and change things visually, as people expect these days. But that's still not the way it works on Wikipedia. It will be by the end of this year. So we're actively working on it. There's already a prototype on English Wikipedia, and we will be rolling it out on other Wikipedias, including the Greek Wikipedia, later this year. So that's one thing that's going to change.
Will there be an open beta?
There is already an open beta, just not on the Greek Wikipedia. It's available on the English Wikipedia. Yeah.
Εμείς που είμαστε παλιοί συντάκτες στη Wikipedia, φυσικά δεν το προτιμούμε. Μου φάνηκε πολύ παράξενο όταν το δοκίμασα να επεξεργαστώ με τον Visual Editor και αμέσως το εγκατέλειψα και ξαναγύρισα στον παλιό παραδοσιακό τρόπο.
Another feature that we're adding is, we're adding a notification feature. Again, like you expect on Facebook, etc., right? When you go into Facebook, you know that, this guy liked your post and this guy left a comment. You get notified about interesting things that happened since your last visit. And on Wikipedia, you don't. So if you have an account and someone, for example, has left a comment on an article that you created or did something with, you would not be notified, actually. You have to sort of look at the article and the talk page to see that something has changed. We do have a feature called a watch list, which basically helps you keep track of a large number of pages. But again, it doesn't work like modern websites. It doesn't, jump out at you. You have to actually go there and look. And so, again, that's something that we're sort of bringing Wikipedia up to the expected standard for other sites, because people do expect it. That's just how the modern web works. You expect a site to tell you what has happened since your last visit. So again, that is something that we'll be adding very shortly.
I want to ask something. Maybe it's not very. I don't know. Maybe you can use it or not. You have now in Wikipedia. We have now in Wikipedia a huge corpus. A huge corpus. 10 years ago, it was very difficult to get this corpus, and usually it has not so much mistakes. Do you use artificial intelligence tools in the Wikimedia to make proofing tools, to build some very intelligent robots to correct things? This, I think, because you are a software engineer, maybe this is a good challenge now.
Yeah.
Technically.
So, artificial intelligence is overrated by most people who are not in the field. I mean, artificial intelligence is a code word, and it sounds like, oh yes, a computer can think about things, but it can't really. And artificial intelligence is useful in very, very narrow respects. So I'm not involved with it myself, but a lot of people are using the corpus of Wikipedia, just the bulk of facts and information, to do all kinds of interesting things, but it's mostly statistical rather than, artificial intelligence. It's not really making deductions, right? It's not really reasoning using the facts. It's just using those facts to learn all kinds of things. So, for example, if you have a database of 4 million articles in English, that's a large corpus of text, most of it written in that encyclopedic tone, right? So you can make all kinds of you answer all kinds of linguistic research questions just based on that interesting, more or less homogeneous corpus of English. You could answer questions of online behavior, and a lot of scientists now are studying Wikipedia. Okay, they're studying Wikipedia as a research topic to better understand how online communities work, how they live, how they die, how they handle conflict. And there are all kinds of things you can do automatically or programmatically. For example, you can count how many times Wikipedia users interact with each other, right, on average. How long do their conversations last? Do they leave one message, then a message back, and then that's it? Or do they go on and on in a discussion? All kinds of things that you can measure with computer programs.
I was thinking about proofing tools, because you can build a lot of proofing tools if you have a huge corpus.
Oh, spell checking, you mean? Yeah.
You can have the bigram, trigram, how are the possibility one word to be with another.
Right.
If you have an amazing, huge corpus, you can build very...
Yeah. So
did you...
We don't do any of that at the Wikimedia Foundation. We focus on the site and improving it and adding those features that we mentioned, and we have our hands full. Also, just keeping it running, by the way. It's the 5th most visited website on the planet, and we run it with a fraction of the budget of Google and Facebook. So just keeping it running 24 hours a day for everyone all the time and with high performance is difficult. But like I said, a lot of outside researchers in universities all over the world are doing all kinds of linguistic analysis, natural language analysis, trying to find, for example, which phrases come with which other phrases, or you can take, for example, 1,000 articles, have a human read them, give them a grade of accuracy, like judge them, how good are they. Then you can try to have a computer program identify what are the signs of a good article versus a bad article, and then you can check the output of your computer program with the output of the experts so that you can get a better and better algorithm.
Artificial intelligence?
Yes, that is kind of an artificial intelligence, yes. So I'm saying people are doing that kind of thing, not by us. The Wikimedia Foundation just is happy to provide the data, and we actually cooperate with researchers and give them like a downloadable copy of all of Wikipedia. By the way, anyone can get that if you are bored or have a lot of space on your hard disk that you want to fill, you can download all of Wikipedia, and we just give them the platform to do this research. But yes, there's a lot of interesting research happening on Wikipedia, and if you read English, there is a research newsletter that we help edit, so that every month you can get like an update of all the different kinds of research that other people outside Wikipedia are doing about Wikipedia.
I have a question from a reader of my blog.
Mm-hmm.
He asks, why not have an automatic translations to articles of other languages,
Mm-hmm.
and then someone just edit it to a better translation?
So I'll offer my opinion, but I think that's actually a question for the Greek Wikipedians. So I'll just start and say, first of all, machine translation sucks. In most languages, I'm sure it's the same in Greek. Secondly, if you do that for thousands and thousands of articles, most of them will just lie there, will just stay the machine translation until someone at some point finds the time or the energy or the desire to fix it. In the meantime, you have dramatically reduced the quality of the Greek Wikipedia. You have added articles, but you've reduced the quality, because suddenly the Greek Wikipedia has terrible grammar, computer grammar, which is terrible. And that's a shame, because Greek is a beautiful language. So, all of a sudden, from a human-written Greek Wikipedia with more or less correct syntax and everything, you get 80-something thousand articles written by humans and 4 million articles translated from English by machines, so the vast majority of the Greek Wikipedia will suddenly be machine-generated and horrible. And then that would help people not take it seriously. So that's my answer. But
εντάξει, να πω και εγώ τη δικιά μου εμπειρία. Don't mind to speak.
No, please.
Okay. Εγώ το κάνω αυτό, αλλά δεν το κάνω με το Google Translate. Δηλαδή θα χρησιμοποιήσω το Google Translate, θα το πάω σε ένα άλλο site το οποίο έχει ομιλητές που μιλάνε αυτή τη γλώσσα. Θα βάλω το κείμενο εκεί, υπάρχουν κάποια site τέτοια, ας πούμε, το Langate, το Italki, και εκεί θα μου διορθώσουν το κείμενο. Αυτό το κείμενο πλέον το διορθωμένο θα το χρησιμοποιήσω και θα δημιουργήσω το άρθρο πλέον στη ρωσική ή στην Esperanto Wikipedia ή στην γαλλική. Αλλά μην έχοντας εμπιστοσύνη στις δικές μου δυνάμεις, δεν θα το κάνω. Αυτό.
Θα πω το εξής. Η ελληνική Wikipedia σε σχέση με την αγγλική και κάθε άλλη γλώσσα έχουν κάποιες ιδιαιτερότητες. Η γλώσσα είναι κάτι πολύ ζωντανό. Μέσα εκεί είναι περασμένα στοιχεία τα οποία έχουν και κομμάτια από την κουλτούρα του καθενός. Δεν μπορεί με κανέναν τρόπο η μία γλώσσα να δείξει ακριβώς αυτά που μπορεί να δείξει μία άλλη. Οι λέξεις συνδέονται μεταξύ τους με διαφορετικό τρόπο, με διαφορετικές μνήμες, με άλλα νοήματα. Άρα αν θέλεις να έχεις πραγματικά την ολοκλήρωση της γνώσης, δεν μπορείς να την έχεις σε μία γλώσσα. Και δεν μπορείς να τη δεις τη γνώση κάτω από ένα πρίσμα μόνο. Χρειάζεται να τη δεις και διαπολιτισμικά. Έτσι λοιπόν τη βλέπεις και στην ελληνική και περιμένεις να βρεις διαφοροποίησεις ακόμα και στο νόημα που καταλαβαίνεις από την επιλογή των λέξεων, ή και να περάσεις σε άλλους πολιτισμούς, στην κινέζικη αν μπορούσες, και να δεις πώς βλέπουν τα πράγματα εκείνοι οι άνθρωποι. Νομίζω ότι είναι ευτύχημα που μας έχουν δώσει τις πολλές γλώσσες. Για άλλους λόγους νομίζω ότι αυτό που είπα αρκεί. Σε ό,τι αφορά τη συμμετοχή μας στο εγχείρημα, πώς μπήκε ο καθένας μέσα, γιατί έχει ενδιαφέρον.
Εθελοντισμός δουλεύει?
Πριν πάω στον εθελοντισμό, εγώ μπήκα μέσα με προμηθεϊκές τάσεις. Το πρώτο μου λίμα ήταν η πρόγνωση σεισμών. Ήθελα λοιπόν να δώσω στον κόσμο αυτό που ήξερα από το πανεπιστήμιο που πέρασα. Εκεί με μάγεψε κάτι άλλο. Δηλαδή, λέω, ωραία, παρήγαγα μία αξία. Και πρακτικά την παρήγαγα διπλά. Δηλαδή, άφησα μία αξία στον κόσμο και άλλη μία μέσα μου. Έμαθα κι εγώ πράγματα, γιατί ξέρετε, όταν πας να γράψεις για κάτι, τότε πραγματικά καταλαβαίνεις αν ξέρεις ή μαθαίνεις. Και είπα, θα το σταματήσω εδώ, και συνέχισε. Και τώρα θεωρώ τον εαυτό μου ενεργό βικιπεδιστή. Έτσι, δηλαδή αφήνω πάντα κάτι και είναι ένα κέρδος και για μένα και για όλους. Αυτό είναι το κίνητρο το δικό μου.
I'm not sure if it was mentioned, but if it wasn't, I think it's worth mentioning that Wikipedia is a community. And I think we haven't covered that. There is a community of users who are communicating with each other. if you want to start, if you maybe are thinking about maybe I could contribute to Wikipedia, but I'm not sure how and I'll need help and maybe I'm not smart enough or whatever. If you're thinking that kind of thing, remember that there are people on the other side that would be happy to show you and guide you and teach you. All you need to do is have an open mind and not be shy, right? Ask questions, click edit, do something. If it's wrong, people will correct it and people will tell you what you did wrong and how to do better. So I encourage you to engage, to connect with the Wikipedians who will help you.
It's like if you ask, you will learn.
Exactly.
Συνήθως όταν μπαίνεις στη Wikipedia και ασχολείσαι με κάποια θέματα, κάποιες θεματικές ενότητες, κάποια λύματα, το ποδόσφαιρο, ιστορία, πολιτισμό, οτιδήποτε, πολλές φορές τυχαίνει κάποιος άλλος, ο οποίος ασχολείται και με αυτά τα θέματα, να τον γνωρίζεις μέσα από τη Wikipedia και πολλές φορές κάνεις και φίλους. Δηλαδή, έχει και ένα πολύ μεγάλο κοινωνικό χαρακτήρα. Το κάθε λύμα έχει και μια σειρά συζήτησης, όπου ξεκινάει μια συζήτηση για τις πηγές, για το πώς γράφεις κάτι και μπορείς να γνωρίσεις και πολύ ενδιαφέροντες ανθρώπους μέσα. Αυτή είναι η κοινότητα. I said that you can meet interesting people when you start contributing to some articles in this specific topic, football, history, whatever. Right. You meet also other people that have the same interest with you.
Yeah.
And this is a community how it's built. Ένα άλλο εγχείρημα το οποίο υπάρχει μέσα στη Wikipedia είναι τα κοινά, αλλιώς στα αγγλικά λέγεται commons, όπου εκεί πέρα διάφοροι φωτογράφοι, γραφίστες ανεβάζουν πάνω φωτογραφίες και περιεχόμενο το οποίο είναι ελεύθερο. Το οποίο κάποιο από αυτό χρησιμοποιείται μέσα από τα εγχειρήματα της Wikipedia και μπορεί να χρησιμοποιηθεί από οποιοδήποτε άνθρωπο θέλει πολυμεσικό υλικό δωρεάν. Και αυτό είναι πολύ σημαντικό. Ένας δημοσιογράφος θέλει μια φωτογραφία σε ένα εφημερίδα του. Μπορεί να βρει δωρεάν εικόνες μέσα στη Wikipedia.
Ναι, σας κλέβω συχνά. I'm stealing.
Αυτό δεν θεωρείται κλοπή. Θεωρείται, άμα κάνεις αναφορά, είναι.
Δεν κλέβεις, είναι δικές σου.
Απλή αναφορά το δημιουργό που το έχει κάνει αυτό.
Yeah, just to give an example, if you go on Wikipedia to the article about, I don't know, the city of Paris in France, the article will of course have some pictures of Paris, right? But a Wikipedia article has 2, 3, 5 pictures maybe, right? Depending on the length of the article. But on Commons, we have hundreds or even thousands of pictures of Paris, right? So in the article, you will find whatever images of Paris some Wikipedian thought are appropriate, but maybe you, for your needs or for your interests, actually want, I don't know, a picture of Paris by night or Paris in the winter or whatever. Maybe you want some other kind of, or just more, more to choose from. And that is something I think most people don't realize, the existence of this library that you can browse by topic, right? So you can find a lot of pictures of Paris or of animals, again, beyond what is on Wikipedia.
Really new news for me.
Yeah, see? There are how many millions do you remember? Like 50 million files or something like that.
Αλλά τα commons είναι μια κοινότητα. Δηλαδή, αν μπείτε μέσα, μπορεί κάποιος άνθρωπος να θέλει να ασχοληθεί με φωτογραφία και να ανεβάσει εθελοντικά φωτογραφίες. Υπάρχουν workshops, το πώς τραβάς μια φωτογραφία. Υπάρχουν ψηφοφορίες για quality images, δηλαδή με ποιοτικές εικόνες, feature images, δηλαδή οι πιο καλές εικόνες στο Commons. Υπάρχει ένας διαγωνισμός κάθε χρόνο που ψηφίζονται οι καλύτερες φωτογραφίες όλο το Commons, Picture of the Year. I'm talking about that inside the Commons there are a lot of communities, like a workshop about correcting photos, how to make a good photo.
Yeah. If you want to pick up some skills in graphics or photography, these are people you want to talk to.
It's a community. Είναι η κοινότητα. Αυτό είναι το σημαντικό. Και διαφορετική από τη Wikipedia. Εννοώ ότι η Wikipedia είναι η Wikipedia που γράφει τα λύματα, αλλά τα Commons είναι για εικόνες. Υπάρχουν άλλοι άνθρωποι που ασχολούνται και συνεργάζονται.
Οπότε, αν θέλετε να κάνετε ένα κάλεσμα, τι θα λέγατε?
Ότι απλά ο καθένας θα πρέπει να ξεπεράσει αυτή την αναστολή που νιώθει, ας πούμε, στο να πατήσει το κουμπί επεξεργασία. Είναι εκεί επάνω και το πιο απλό πράγμα είναι να το πατήσεις και να δεις τι θα βγει μετά, ας πούμε. Ό,τι και να κάνεις δεν θα γίνει καμία ζημιά στο λίμα. Όλα αναστρέφονται και όλα επαναφέρονται στη σωστή τους θέση. Δεν υπάρχει περίπτωση να βλάψεις ή να ζημιώσεις κανέναν, ούτε κανένας θα σου πει, αν καταλάβει δηλαδή ό,τι κάνεις, απλά θα σου υποδείξει μετά τον τρόπο πώς θα μάθεις μέσα εκεί. Γι' αυτό ο κόσμος δεν πρέπει κανένας να φοβάται, ας πούμε, να κάνει αυτή την κίνηση. Πατήστε απλά το κουμπί επεξεργασία. Δεν θα χάσετε τίποτα.
Ελάτε και θα μάθετε.
Όχι μόνο. Όταν έτσι κι αλλιώς μπαίνεις στη Wikipedia συνήθως από μια αναζήτηση που έχεις κάνει. Βλέπεις λοιπόν το περιεχόμενο και το αξιολογείς. Καταλαβαίνεις με την πρώτη ματιά, ακόμα και αν θεωρείς τον εαυτό σου αδαή, αν υπάρχει κάποιο φάλτσο. Μέσα εκεί, αν κάτι δεν πάει καλά, θα το καταλάβεις. Είναι η ώρα για να πατήσεις το κουμπί επεξεργασία. Δεν είναι κανενός άλλου δουλειά, είναι δικιά σου. Κάνεις κλικ και το αλλάζει. Ή πας στη σελίδα συζήτησης και λες, παιδιά, έχει ένα θέμα το λίμα αυτό. Αυτό είναι όλο. Μπαίνεις μέσα, βρίσκεις το κείμενο και το διατυπώνεις σωστά, σωστότερα ή ορθογραφικά και ξεκινάς από αυτό. Τα υπόλοιπα βρίσκονται στην πορεία. Δηλαδή, νικάς το φόβο σου του ότι δεν είσαι εσύ ο ειδικός για αυτό. Δηλαδή, οποιοσδήποτε μπορεί να καταλάβει ένα φάλτσο σε μια πρόταση. Αυτό.
I'm holding this up to the microphone so that the listeners can see. This is a button with the Wikipedia logo, which most of them know. I'm giving it to you.
Oh, thank you very, very much.
As a souvenir.
Much appreciated.
Sure. Our pleasure.
I'm really thank you for this. I'm collecting these things.
Yes.
And they are screaming that we don't have any more time.
Yes. All right. Thanks for having us.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ.
Thank you for being here. Ευχαριστώ, παιδιά.
Sorry about all the tapping.